Today we're going to do a little block identification. So it's an 010 block. So typically that is, that's definitely a 350. Normally that's a 4-bolt main block. Now this thing here, this is a 2-bolt main block. It is blue, but it's supposedly been rebuilt. But I would also say it's somewhat kind of blue anyways because it's a newer. It is a newer block, and the way you can kind of tell that, and not by newer I mean like mid to late 70s, early 80s, and that's by this pad right here. Real short pad on the water pump. That tells you that it's a newer block. Like I said, late 70s, early 80s block there with and they do have a little less nickel in them then, which nickel is what makes the cast a little harder. Just kind of some junk heads on it, blah blah blah, but that's the biggest thing. And then on the back of the crank, of course now this here motor is bolted up, but you could tell it was a cast crank, and you could tell cast crank off the back on the flywheel flange, crank flange. It's got just a line there, and that tells you that it's a cast crank all the way through. Cast crank. So then over here, this here would be a later block. This is like a 60s, early 70s. Not real sure exactly when they changed that, but if you look at this one, see how it's got that thumb type deal on there, coming back towards the middle of the valley. That tells you it's an older block. Plus here, they kind of squared that all up to save a little bit more metal on the newer style blocks. This in here is, I can't remember exactly what block number that is. We'll look at that here in a minute. But this one here is also a little bit of a rarity too, because it was out of a truck, and not sure that you can get a good, maybe right there we can get a good look at it. But right here, that N at the end of the numbers on the caps, of course 4-bolt main, but that N on the back there, that means these are nodular caps. So more than likely this was out of a dump truck or school bus or something like that. It is definitely older. It's pretty sure that's the canister oil filter, not a spin on, but a canister one. So, but it is a nodular iron block or caps on it. So the caps are stronger than just a normal 4-bolt main cap. So this would be a good builder for something with some horsepower. If you're just trying to do 350, 400 horse, maybe you got to look at it a little something different, but they are definitely getting hard to find. This here too, at 010020, that means this is a high nickel block. So let's go ahead and lay it down on its belly here. And I don't know if you can really see that all that good. It's kind of dark over here on this side of the garage, but 010, just like that other blue block over there, but 010, 350, good piece. I don't know what it's out of. TMD is this one here, so we can look that up too and see what it's actually out of. But I'm gonna tell you it's a dump truck or bus, something there. So now this piece over here, she's been sitting around for many a moon. This is a 283. So it's got a little different deal. And I got these. There's definitely some differences about these older ones. This right here, that's how they are, and that's how you know if this is a 283 or a 327. Is by this line right there. They got that on there on these, and then but you're definitely not gonna see too many. This is 60s. Definitely a 60s. And then it's also gonna be pretty sure this is a small. Well, guess I can't guarantee that on this one. I'm not sure if they're all small journal or not on the main caps. I don't have a tape measure right here in front of me, so yeah, 283. It's also got this canister deal on there. 283s, 327s had that, and then it's got more of a get them cobwebs cleaned off there, but it also has another vent piece here, and it a crankcase vent. This here's for the distributor, but there's a metal canister deal that slides down into that, and it's got a like about a 3/8 pipe sticking off of the end of it, and not real sure where they do run that to though on a stock unit. Like I said, this here's for this is a 283 block. And 60 something, 60, can't really tell exactly what that is, but she's getting pretty rusty. It was laying around. It's been laying around for 40 something years. It's also got that canister filter on it instead of the screw on. So this is a newer style motor. Like I said, back with this, black in color though. Nothing too crazy about it really. I mean, the only difference about these motors is one piece rear main seal. You can see that there. One piece rear main seal. They come out with that in 86. So, and what that does is that changes things a little bit for your flywheel, really. A little bit better design. It doesn't leak like the two-piece rear main seal does, but these are definitely they're a weaker block for sure. Oh, I think there's still got a little oil in it apparently, but yeah, you know, just kind of wanted to go over that. I do have one more block over there, but I was thinking maybe I could show that cast crank deal, because it is just it's a thin line. That's how you know cast crank, but thin line on there. And actually, I didn't realize that it carried all the way back to the crank flange. That's a really nice deal, because then you know, if you're just running through the junkyard, whatever, looking at these things, a steel crank, you know, is worth a little bit of money. So you know, if it's easily identifiable like that, or you know, that line goes all the way back, then I think it must be then. On the steel ones, it's a wider line. It's probably about 3/8 of an inch thick, quarter, somewhere in there. It's a wider line, and if that carried all the way back to the crank flange, then that'd be pretty nice to know. Because like I said, they do have a little more value if you're looking for something like that. And if you're looking through motors, or if you're just looking through motors to sell pieces or whatever, you know what I mean? So this is good identification stuff. Yeah, watch these other videos on getting this in here welded up and running. And who knows what else we'll do. Who knows? So, over and out.